Yo yo yo, misters. What's up, man? I have good news and bad news. Good news is that I'm gonna make tutorial about texture. Bad news is that I made it already once and the game didn't record for some reason. In other words, I have to make all over again. But I'm lazy, so I'm gonna make shorter one, and you can see that I have finished the texturing about here already. Give me a break, this is too loud. Much better. Now, I'm gonna teach you the basics of the texturing. What to use, what is the best to use, how to use it, and all this kind of stuff. So first of all, what you're gonna have to use is use this or this button. There are two different buttons, two different things. This button does exactly the same thing than this. This is what I really meant, but it's yet different. Only difference is that if you select this one, you're gonna texture things one tile at the same time. But if you use that other one, this one, then you can texture multiple tiles at the same time. In other words, you can change the size in scales to 5 and you can make 5 at the same time instead of making 1. You see? 5, 1. This is 5, this is 1. This is 5, and this is 10. And this is 2. And you can make 1 as well if you want. Via there. But point is that you can make multiple here and only 1 here. You can see a lot of textures over here. Yes, I mean that thing. You can make multiple textures over here. We have a list of all places, all textures in Railway 3 universe. We can see here Island Fortress, you can Golf Course, Solvang, Heidelberg, Yevgeniva, Kness, Havana, Mykonos, Kremlin, Odessa, Santa Monica, St. Petersburg, Eastern Island, Cape Cod, New York, Mount Rushmore, Amsterdam, Iceland, Tokyo Harbor, Ratri, Gibraltar, Gypso Village, Hawaii, Vladivostok, Brighton Beach. We can see here are a lot of many other kind of categories, and all of them contains tutorials, textures about these maps. For example, in Golf Course there are all textures what were, okay, I lie if I say all textures, but most of the textures what was used in map named Golf Course, and it is probably campaign map. We can see there are solvang, we can see there are snow textures. Ooh, I love it. And all other kind of stuff. If we go into Raw 3, it is all Raw 3 most typical textures. For example, if you start game, what textures do you see? Oh yes, you can see that textures. You don't believe me. Okay, I'm gonna save this one, I'm gonna go File, New, I'm gonna go create new one, and there we go, a new map. What texture is it? Tell me. This is that typical normal texture what most of people use. Here we go back. So I have created a lot already here. So first of all, you need to select a texture. For example, if you're lazy, you can make this area as terrain as well. For example, this ocean, deep ocean texture, deep ocean, and later you're just gonna repaint it to something else. For example, I'm gonna make this that one to deep ocean. Now we're gonna think. You see, all these are deep ocean, and wait a second. You can see this is the park. If you change color for something, then you need to change it later back. It would be a problem. Anyway, I'm gonna set that this one selection 2. And this one. And I'm gonna create that and this one is something different. This one is the potion. Oops. I didn't plan that, I promise. I wanted to paint it. Now, and the point is that if I'm gonna paint this straight away like this, you know, like this, then later, if I'm a little bit more tired and I'm too lazy to change it and all this kind of stuff, I can easily just go into paint mode and I'm gonna paste this thing into this. I'm gonna just select texture. Right now I'm gonna copy paste this one texture because I wanted this to be exactly the same. I'm gonna paint this one so it is much easier to work on it later. Okay, same problem again. There we go. And I'm gonna do same thing here. I'm gonna paint this one well. So we're gonna find one nice area and I'm gonna use pave golf 01 to 256. And there we go. I'm gonna see the area. I'm gonna make it something different. I don't like that one. I want it to be a more darker. Indeed, I mean the more darker, not a little bit. I mean more. I want it to be pretty dark. The point is that I'm gonna find one. Where are you, baby? Come here, baby. What about this one? Okay, I don't like that one. What about that one? Okay, it is exactly same, just a little bit different. What about this one? Okay, let it be this one. Now, and this is how we can use. We can paint, we can replace the textures. And all of these textures are here. And you have to build map from these textures right here. For example, if you want to make it about Yucatan area, you can use Yucatan textures. If it is mixed, you can use all of them. And for example, and let's see that there is some building, special building for a special place. Let's choose some tree. For example, let's use this tree. I want this tree under it the same texture. So I'm gonna go into buildings again. For example, first I build, and then after I right click, I can click it again, and then it automatically bring me to the path where it is, and I can see that this object is under Mount Rushmore. In other words, I can find nice texture for that from Mount Rushmore. There we go. And all these textures are for this area. I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna create one, and you see, this is the area for this tree. I'm just gonna keep it right now like this. It doesn't matter actually. I'm gonna use this tool to make it blend. For example, if textures are like this, you don't like that in game. Believe me or not, it doesn't look cool at all. If other players if you think this is cool, awesome, but other players won't think so. So you better click on it. And there we go. It's much better. I don't use the other one, but but mostly use this one. Just click this, and all these end of the textures will go like that, and it looks much better. If you make a road like this, use textures to make the corners of roads like that, because it looks much more awesome. Believe me, right now it looks much more awesome. We can see that the road is dusty or dirty and a little bit rocky, so it looks much more awesome. And about mountains, well, I told you once before that when you create map, then use cliff objects. You see, cliff objects, and because it looks much better. But when it is mountain, you don't have to use cliff objects. Just use mountain leaf and create mountain. But I recommend you don't make very huge mountains.